And I tell you, it's the way it is with a lot of things. A lot of times we think, man, we're on the team until the game starts. You think you're in the fight until the guy hits you right in the jaw. And that's when you really know if you're a boxer or not, when you get hit square in the jaw. You find out what kind of jaw you have. Is this a glass jaw? Is this an iron jaw? Is this something in between? I remember I got in a fight. The first time I ever got in a fight, I had bluffed my way through being one of the toughest guys. It was said, and I was this short kid in 6th grade. It was said of me in my elementary school, he is the toughest kid in the 6th grade. And because that particular elementary school only had 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, then because I was the toughest kid in 6th grade, I was the toughest kid in the whole school. And man, I loved that position. I walked around like a little peacock. I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, I go with that. But I had never proven it. No, I had never really been in one real fight, but nobody knew it. Because somebody started a rumor that was false. But one day a kid called me out of my neighborhood and said, hey, today's the day to find out if you're the toughest kid in school. And I tell you, when he hit me square in the face, man, all desire to be the toughest kid in the school left me. It felt like it flowed right down out of my big fat head, man, right through my feet. And all I wanted to do was get home. Get home to what? Get home to my couch, my TV, my other friends, my life. I suddenly realized I didn't sign up for this, man. I don't really, how did I get into this? I don't want to be, but it was too late now. And so you had to stay in the fight. I don't know how in the world I get into that stuff. Little sermon I call, keeping your head in the game. Kind of comes out of that story. I tell you, we got to be the kind of people, man, that maybe are willing to get in a few situations that tell us where we're really at. Are you here today? One of the great quotes in this book here is that the cross, one of the chapters is on the picture of the cross and the importance of the cross in the Christian faith. And how that today, even people that hold up the cross no longer even preach about the cross. And likening that to in Nazi Germany, how the cross was diminished. What is the cross? The cross is a place where Jesus died. And he died on that cross so that your old nature and my old nature could be put out of the equation. So that no longer would you have to fight with the flesh in the same sense that you did before. No longer would you be unable, would you tend towards failure, but now God would be able to move into your heart and work in a way that he hadn't, even in the Old Testament times. He'd be able to work in the heart of a New Testament believer and bring out a new nature, a new man. The resurrection life of Christ now could rise up in the church. But a lot of times what we've done today, we preach so much on the resurrection, we don't focus on the cross anymore. And so what do we have? A lot of old natures and old people rising up all the time to do things for Jesus. And it just doesn't work the same. And it just doesn't feel the same. Because it's not the same. Are you here? What the cross is this is an instrument of reality check. It's an instrument really that you would bring in for a halftime discussion of a Christian life. You would bring in and say, how are you doing with the cross? Are you okay still with being dead in Christ? Are you okay with being a no one? Are you okay, right, with doing what God called you to do? Are you okay with not comparing yourself to other people? Are you okay with losing your ambitions? Are you okay with saying no to a lot of the things that other people can do that are even good things? See, sometimes we got to get shaken out of where we really at. Are we living in our preferences or are we living in God's preferences?